robust urban garlic flavor.
Battlefield's not been pulling the viewers or the money lately, so like I'm trying something else.
See, Wings explained it in one sentence. If this was DSP, it would be 15 minutes.
How much to play Arc Raiders? $200. Go ahead and ban Dragon Ken Soldier, please. Anybody that talks about views or donations without actually donating, ban them on site.
Oh, by the way, Wings is like streaming at like 4 in the morning his time.
I'm at the point where I don't even want to respond to anything less than $5, man. Like, because like by the time you take taxes and YouTube's cut out of it, $2 is like pocket change.
Yeah, here's the thing, DSP. People chose to spend money on you, Wings. You should be grateful for that. They don't have to.
And I give you the same credit that I give somebody who donates $100. It's unfair.
Yeah, but those people that give you $100 can choose to give you 20 increments of $5 super chats. That's just what they decide to do. What you don't get is that you are deprioritizing small donations, so you won't get any eventually. And those are the ones you will get in most frequency.
No, Cram. It's $200 on one donation. It's not donation by committee. One person has to donate $200.
That tells you how much he likes Arc Raiders. Hey, Jordy, any thoughts on hanging out on my podcast? I haven't heard from you. Yes, this is really DSP, the guy that left the camera on May 1st, 2016. Wings may not notice, but I'm sure Lummox is already on it. Well, he's not responding. Not a good sign, I guess. Are you still coming on my podcast, or should I stop asking?
I'll come back on the podcast. My sleep schedule is currently f***ed up bad right now, DSP. Like, really bad.
Yeah, we all can see that except DSP. You've been up playing video games all through the night and you're still up at 4:30. So you're probably sleeping every day when he does a stupid podcast.
No, I didn't misread your comment. You were criticizing DSP for donating $5 and you started going about, well, after YouTube gets his cut and Uncle Sam this do. You were mocking me is what you were doing.
Yeah, Wings, that's why you need many donations so it adds up. I do message you privately and you don't respond. Ha 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 ha. Enough with the excuses. I don't want you to be trolled, but you need to treat others with respect when they treat you well. Let's go and get this next appearance block that won't benefit you at all, but will totally benefit me.
How many drinks have you had tonight?
Maybe like 2 or 3. So, you know, I'm good. I've been drinking water for like an hour.
For artillery.
What he's saying is true. I rarely respond to people. Like, I'm so antisocial. Like, I don't even text Kelly back most of the time. I'll look at Kelly's text and be like,
why is he asking me to send him private messages if he ignores private messages?
How about that one?
All right, fine. 18. You feel like a big man now, pig?
How much do I have to send Wings to talk about a podcast appearance? Seriously, I'm not a troll. $220. Is there a mod who can give me an answer? What is Jordy's goal for the stream?
there is no donation goal.
Jordy, can you cut the game for 5 minutes and talk for my money's sake?
Like, go ahead and shut down all the DSP talk, please. 24-hour timeouts.
The drop zone's coming up. Enemy shooters closing on target area.
Remember, anybody trying to spend somebody else's money or talks about donations without donating is a ban.
Wings, I'm right here and I donated.
I see it, DSP. Like I told you before. Like, you gotta contact me. I know I'm bad about responding, but that's the best way to do it.
But I did contact you, Jordy. I will even do this privately right now after this game ends because I deserve at least some kind of explanation because my audience wants to know.
Leave me alone.
I don't like to talk in public about stuff like that because then there's expectations.
I don't want to commit to anything.
Hey, Rest. I don't have beef with DSP, man.
Doesn't this guy give money to DSP too?
Let's see. The best thing we can do is keep
Alright, I got you, Wings. I can finish this. The best thing Wings can do is keep ghosting DSP. Doing nothing unironically triggers the 220 out of DSP, makes Wings look like a Giga Chad ignoring his desperate pleas while DSP rees in anger.
Oh my lord, you guys make too much drama out of too much nothing.
He canceled last week. It kept me waiting for over a week. I deserve an answer about what's going on.
Dog, all I'm doing is sitting trying to play some Battlefield until Chick-fil-A opens and go get me Chick-fil-A. That's my life goal right now.
So Redface the mod times fill out because people have been banned on Wing's stream for much less than the drunken rant he's going on. You do realize I'm still timed out of my DSP Reacts channel for no reason. As I sigh.
I didn't time you out, DSP.
Okay, Wings, read your DMs, but this won't be great. I hope you'll respond. Good night. Alright, here's some more because he's been trying to get Wings' attention all week. Don't do it! Wings is going through some 220 and I feel bad doing it this way, but he doesn't respond anywhere. I'll hit his goal if he talks to me. My streams do not need Wings, but I want Wings back on my show. Is that wrong or something? I don't think so. I like Jordy. Is there a fraction of a chance we can get Jordy to stop playing this game and talk to me for a few minutes once it ends? Publicly or privately, I just like a real answer. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Go on Jordy's stream, Drunk Phil. Let's see what happens. Hey, how are you, man? I was legit going to Super Chat, but it asks me for the security code on my card. How do I know that, LOL? Okay, that's all good. That's the answer I'm looking for. Just want to tell my viewers the deal. If Wings doesn't want to do it, he doesn't have to. It's obvious he... Are you sure? It's obvious he wants to, but he's been all screwed up lately. Okay, I'll have a good night. Enjoy Rainbow. I have no idea what's going on.
Gary? I thought what we had was special!
Now would be a good time to remind everyone, if you're having a good time, please engage with the content. If you're watching here on stream, be sure to like the stream. Thanks for all the chat and interaction. The engagement's been great. If you're watching on demand on YouTube, please consider liking the video, leaving some comments for engagement. I really appreciate those who have. You guys have been awesome recently. You've helped the channel tremendously.
Yeah, so after repeatedly crashing out in, gin-induced texts on Wing's stream trying to get his attention, DSP was able to not talk about it for one whole day, but then the next day, he explodes with the greatest crash out yet because he is desperate to try and get viewership after the Asmongold bump disappears quicker than ever because he's boring. He's like, I don't want to play video games, I need somebody to talk to. And he desperately tries to get Wings back, but Wings is having none of it because he doesn't want a boring DSP therapy session. So here is his 20-minute long rant about it. Alright, so he's been doing a stupid...
Alright, let's do it, okay? So here's the deal. Let's get you all caught up on this topic of Wings of Redemption. So here's what happened. Back in October, I reached out to Wings. I said, hey, will you be on my podcast? It'll be a hangout session. You can ask me whatever you want. We'll have a good time. He came on for 2 hours. To many people's surprise, because I was told by so many people, Wings will never do your show. He never agrees. He never shows up. He's self-destructive. He burns bridges. He's not going to do it. He did it. He showed up, and we had an awesome show. Go check it out. It's archived on this channel. It was 2 hours of fun where we talked about all kinds of stuff from all over the place. And I think that you'll enjoy the conversation if you haven't seen it yet. Okay?
Yeah, that interview was the most boring thing ever where it was just Phil talking over Wings the entire time. I made 2 videos on it when I should have just made 1 because you all were just as bored as I was.
Now, after that happened, immediately I thought, hey, we should have him back because there was a lot of conversations and things that we were having that didn't finish. A 2-hour conversation, there's only so far you can go, particularly when we're 2 guys who've been around as long as we have and we've been through what we've been through. We have similar kind of trolling experiences on the internet. I would definitely wanted to have him back as another guest. Hey, let's chill and do it again. But
He let his chat know exactly what he planned to ask Wings, and it was all about his Thanksgiving festivities. And you know, Wings was bored to tears the first time. I don't think he's up to it a second time unless there's money attached.
I didn't know how soon to do it. I certainly didn't want to have him back right away. So I said, hey, maybe we'll do like late November. Now, we all know what happened in late November. I ended up having an interaction with Asmongold. I ended up being in an interview with Asmongold. It blew up, and it kind of changed everything. So,
and Wings is like, oh man, Phil's gonna be more insufferable than ever because he's feeling himself right now.
I had rescheduled with Jordy and said, hey, Jordy, that's Wings of Redemption's real name if you don't know. I said, let's actually have you come on first week of December. Let's have you be maybe the first day of December, right? December 1st. Let's have you on the show. We'll do it. We'll get caught up. We'll have more to talk about now, obviously, because I've had this Asmongold interaction. And we'll get, I heard of all the bad things that had happened to him, that his Battlefield account had been stolen from him by his trolls and stuff. I thought, hey, this will be a good appearance, right? Especially starting off the holidays, right? Have a nice guest on the show. I thought it would be a great positive thing. He said he would do it. Sounds good.
Except what happened is that it was always fluid. He was thinking about around Thanksgiving time, but then he moved it to early December, and that was even before the Asmongold thing happened.
The night before, he cancels. He says, I can't sleep. I'm not feeling well. Let's take a rain check. And I responded and said, all right, let's do it next week instead. Same date, same Monday, just a week later. He never responded.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to do it. And if he said he's not feeling well, maybe give him 3 days and then message him. And it's not him feeling physically unwell, it's him not being able to mentally handle sitting with DSP for 2 hours, because that is torture.
Now, he starts saying in his videos and his streams to his audience, oh, well, yeah, I'm going to be on there. Don't worry. We rescheduled. I took a rain check. It's not a big deal. But the thing is, his trolls kind of know how he behaves and saw the fact that he last minute rescheduled as a bad sign.
I mean, yeah, if there's no money attached, there's no reason for him to go on. I mean, if he was smart, he would try to get some of your whales over to his chat, but he's not that charismatic in the moment when he's talking to you. If he was doing Locale Live, yes, but not with you because you drain the life out of everything, Phil.
They were actually shocked that he ever appeared on this show. And the fact that he rescheduled last minute for the second appearance meant basically he was never going to show up. They were under that impression. I didn't get that impression because, I don't have that actual experience with Wings. So I said to him, all right, let's do it for a week. Okay? So a whole week is passing, and I'm DMing him saying, hey, are you coming on the show? He's not responding. So finally, it was last weekend. I took it upon myself when I was in this office on my day off, actually doing some rewiring and reworking of the office, to just randomly see he was streaming. I was like, oh, maybe I could talk to him on his stream quickly, get his attention. So I jumped into his chat that afternoon and I said, hey, what's the deal? Are you coming on the show or not?
Yep, passive-aggressive Phil has entered the chat, and Wings the Hermit will absolutely love that.
And basically he says, don't be offended that I'm not responding to your DMs. I don't really respond to people's DMs. I'm just an antisocial guy. But the reason that I don't want to commit to being on your show is my sleep schedule is still screwed up. I'm literally sleeping all day long, waking up in the evening, streaming all evening through until noon the next day, and going to sleep in the afternoon. Also, I don't know what I'm doing with my wife this weekend, and that's going to affect my sleep schedule, so I can't commit to Monday, but I'll let you know.
Generally, when someone puts zero effort into doing something, it means they usually are trying to avoid it, or they genuinely don't want to do it.
Okay, and I told you guys that in a podcast earlier this week. It's up to him. In fact, what I did is I responded to him in a DM, and I said, okay, the ball's in your court. Any day this week, you can come on my show. It's completely in your control. You tell me what day you want to come on the Level 1 podcast, and we'll do it special just for you, for your schedule. I even offered and said, you could come on a night stream. It doesn't even have to be during the afternoon. You could actually come on during a night stream and be a night slot. That would actually fit into your current messed up sleep schedule, okay? No response all week long. So,
and this drives Phil crazy because as an only child, he was never ignored.
At one point, you get a little fed up. Like, this guy keeps saying in his streams and his content, he's got no beef with me. He likes me. He wants to have a conversation. Again, he loved that last appearance. He wants to come on, but then he never actually contacts me to schedule it. So what's going on? So the other night, I saw randomly again, he was broadcasting. I jumped on his stream.
Mind you, this is like 2 a.m. in the morning his time. Like, you know, when he says he wants to spend time with his wife.
I tried to talk with the guy and reason with him and say, I don't even care if you say, no, I just don't want to do it. I just need an answer because my audience wants to know what's going on with you, why you're not showing up. You said you were going to be here. They want another interview. Are you going to do it or not? Even if it's no, I wouldn't be offended. Just say yes or no. To which he responds live on his show, you shouldn't do this publicly. We should be doing this privately in DMs because then my trolls will latch onto this to make content. And I'm like, Jordy.
This is all about me and how I can make content off of you. I don't care if your trolls get involved or not. It's all about whether I benefit.
I've been trying to talk to you in DMs for over 2 weeks. You don't respond. This is the only way I can even get you to say something. That's why I'm doing it this way. So here's the thing about Wings that you guys may not know. Unlike me, he has publicly stated he hates being a streamer. He absolutely hates video games, and he wishes he didn't have to stream them, but that's his job. He only does it to make money.
Yeah, Phil will only say this privately in DMs to PPP.
He literally has said this over and over again in his content. I've heard the words come out of his mouth. It's not like, oh, I'm watching troll content and he's saying that. This is what he actually says, okay? So I said, all right, how about this? He's sitting on his stream playing Battlefield, and he won't give me an answer. How about this? I'll just contribute, and I'll make it so that he's hitting his goals, and then maybe he doesn't have to worry about playing this stupid game, and we can have the conversation, even if it's a 5-minute conversation, and he says, no, I don't want to go on your show. At least the conversation's done.
Phil, he's telling you he doesn't want to be on your show. You're just too oblivious to know it. The trolls have told you that he was never going to do it in the first place, so I was surprised he did it. Him not wanting to do it a second time because he had a lousy time hearing you talk for 2 hours. Obviously, he's not going to do it again. He's ghosting you intentionally.
So I sent the guy a couple super chats during his stream saying, hey, I'm here. I'm to contribute, to be positive, to help you hit your goals. And I even said to his moderators, what is his goal for this stream? Does he have a goal he's trying to hit? I'll hit his goal for him. I'll help him out.
No, I was polite. I was like, yes, sir, no, sir, get off my sir.
That way, he doesn't have to worry about playing this game he claims he hates playing on stream, and we could chill for a few minutes here and figure this out. His moderators literally played dumb. I'm not kidding. His moderators, Jordy sometimes has a goal. I don't know if he has a goal for this stream. I don't know. They knew. They know what his goal is. They were lying.
Wings told DSP on stream that there was no goal. The goal is to get money. There's not a set amount.
Okay? His moderators are playing dumb and being stupid for who knows what reason. All right? So after basically trying to get this guy to respond to me during the stream, he starts ignoring me, and one of his moderators actually times me out for 24 hours for simply contributing to his stream and trying to get him to say yes or no about coming on the show.
Phil, you ban people when they contribute to your streams all the time. You just say, oh, it's a troll message, you're banned. Everybody but Iron Den Sakai gets banned.
They timed my account out for 24 hours. So I logged into my other account and said, your mod timed me out, to which Jordy laughed and said, oh, pimp, it's only 24 hours. Okay? So after that, I said, I've had enough of this. And I DM'd him one last time and I said, your mods are not there helping you. Your mods are coddling you. Your mods are enabling you. Your mods are making you do and say things. They're constantly goading you. They're actually doing troll memes and things. You don't realize it. They get you to act how they want. You're like a puppet to them. You understand? They're not there to protect you. They're there to basically do things that will harm you, and you just don't realize it.
Dude, his mods did not get in the way of you scheduling an appearance with him. He was the one who was getting in your way. He literally said, yeah, we're not talking about this on stream because I don't want to. He doesn't want to collab with you again, Phil. There's nothing in it for him. You have to offer him money to get him on your show because that's what he values. He doesn't value having a chill, fun, positive time with you because you're boring.
Because no one in their right mind would have someone coming on a stream contributing and time them out for wanting to have a 5-minute conversation about something that you said you're interested in. Okay?
Hey, Phil, do you know how Wings runs his streams? Go watch a Wings ban compilation. A lot of people got banned for a lot less than you. You were whiny and needy, and people weren't having it, and they all thought you were drunk. So go sober up and try again in the next 24 hours.
So I said, listen, I want a yes or no answer. Give me one. He didn't give me one. He ignored me all week long. Okay? So as of today, I have absolutely no answer for Wings of Redemption whatsoever of if he's going to come on this show. All right?
Phil, the answer is no until he says yes.
So now I have to say something about the situation, and I'm about to. And then I'm going to move on from it, but I need to say my piece, and then I need to move on. All right?
Yeah, once again, Phil made a fool of himself by being the Derech in another YouTuber or Kick streamer's chat, and we're all laughing at him, and he still thinks he's sane in this situation. No, the dude just doesn't want to work with you, Phil. Get over it.
I don't think that Jordy Jordan is a bad person at all. I think he's a person who's a victim of circumstances and himself at the same time, and I think that it's a 50-50 split.
Whereas with Phil, he's a victim because of his own doing 100% of the time. I should mention here that the Wings mod that timed him out for being annoying apologized to DSP and gave him super chats or super thanks. So yeah, congratulations, Phil.
I do believe that Wings of Redemption's situation that he's in, being grossly overweight, constantly eating fast food and drinking soda on his streams, saying he hates his life, he hates streaming and all this, and he's trapped in this life. I do believe that a lot of that is extrapolated and basically exponentially increased because of the fact that he has trolling the level that he has. All right? I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to say that isn't happening. At the same time,
he needs to do what I want or I will throw a fit.
Clown music. It was. You're right. So, at the same time that I absolutely will admit that the trolling is probably some of the reason that Wings is in the situation he's in. The other half is him. It's his own doing. I'm going to give you a comparison. Imagine someone who gets bullied, okay? They go into a cave somewhere, an isolated cave, and they say, man, I really hate this cave. Then all their friends and family go out there. They're like, what are you doing? Why are you in this cave? Get out of the cave. And they say, I will. I hate this cave. So then they go and they buy dynamite and they start lining the doorway to the cave with dynamite and C4 explosives. And everyone around them is staring at them saying, what are you doing? You said you don't like this cave. You want to get out of the cave. Leave the cave. Do things to get out of the cave. And they say, oh, I will. I swear I will. I really need to. I know I have to. This is best for me. I hate living in a cave. So then they put a device and attach it to all the explosives so they can detonate them. And people are saying, wait, what are you doing? You said you don't like the cave. What are these actions that you're doing that are leading to you being in that cave? And they say, I don't know. I swear it's everyone else's fault. And then they hit the detonator button and the cave walls blow down in front of them. And they're literally trapped in the cave forever. And then as they're stuck in there forever, they look up and they scream, it wasn't my fault. That's the situation Wings is in.
I like how Phil just completely described his own situation, yet he has no idea that that is the case.
All right? Yes, he absolutely has a lot of problems that I think are extrapolated by his trolls. And he is stalked by a lot of people. All right? At the same time, not everyone hates Wings of Redemption. Not everyone thinks that he's a horrible person. Not everyone wants to roll with the detractor beams and be nasty to this guy. Some people actually want to be nice to this guy. I do. I wanted to kind of be nice and befriend the guy and have him on the show and every once in a while have an interaction. I'm not saying that I needed to have a long-term business transaction with this man. I just wanted to chill with him.
Yeah, Phil, but you can't make him chill with you if he doesn't want to chill. It just is what it is. He's just not reciprocating your feelings.
I think we have some things in common. I think that interview we did was a good one. I think that we could make great content together over time. But Wings is a victim of his own actions. He builds a prison around himself from which he can never escape. Overeating, bad actions, complaining, whining about going on stream. But then when someone comes to his stream and says, hey, I'll have you stop playing games. I'll actually hit your goal. Let's talk about your next appearance. He ignores it. He blows it off. He tells me to DM him where he's already ignored me for 2 weeks in DMs. And then his moderator times me out. Dude, this is your own creation.
In Phil's mind, he thinks Wings absolutely wants to work with him again because he's like, oh, I'm awesome, and Wings said it, so he must obviously be telling the truth. His actions tell you otherwise, Phil. Hate to break it to you.
I like you. I want to hang out with you and be a positive person in your life, and you have shut me out. That's your doing, not mine. Yours. There's no one to blame in this particular situation but yourself. It's that simple, 100%. I'm sorry. There's no other way to spin this situation. All Wings had to do was have a level of professionalism, a level of respect. He doesn't have that. Instead, he wants to be in his cave forever. Even though he says he doesn't want to be, I'm sorry, I have to believe that that's...
Shout out to whoever said that DSP was going to turn on Wings very quickly. There's a reason nobody respects you, Phil.
You don't sit there on stream all day, every day, acting a certain way, saying things that you claim, you don't want to say, but you say them anyway, stuff in your face all day, drinking soda all day, unless you actually want to do it. That's the case. You might say, oh, I want to be better, but if you do, it's actions speak louder than words. It doesn't matter what you say, it's what you do.
Well, here's the thing, Phil. If he's depressed and he has an addiction to food, that's something where his brain needs to be rewired, so that's difficult to break out of.
His actions have outright said this is what he wants to do for the rest of his life. And it doesn't matter how many people care, how many people try to support him, how many people try to help him. He's never going to change. It has to be him that makes the change and nobody else. No one can help this man but him. He refuses to help himself. So because of that, I'm done. I'm done trying to reach out to this guy, be nice to the guy. I mean, I've done every possible thing I could. I've talked nice about him. I had a great interview with him that tried to help him. I wanted to have him on again right after the Asmongold interview because I figured I could maybe give him a little bit of a positive rub. It would help him out in his content. Maybe he'd get more viewers. It would take some of the pressure off of him. He doesn't want to play ball. He doesn't even want to respond. He can't bother at all to give me a respectable answer about anything.
Hey Phil, your interview with him didn't help him out at all. He didn't get a viewer bump. He didn't get an increase in support because of it. No. All he was doing there was sitting, being bored to tears as you told him your life story. And guess what? Now there's no reason for Wings to appear on your show because the Asmongold bump in support is over. It's not like Wings is going to get $7,000 in a week automatically. No. If you really want Wings to show up, you have to offer him money. And yeah, it only took you like 20 times to figure out Wings is just not interested right now.
Instead, he wants to ignore me. Well, Jordy, guess what? You like Burger King, right? Well, guess what? Like Burger King, you can have it your way. Because now I'm not going to bother you anymore. And you're going to sit there on your stream, playing the games you claim you hate, stuff in your face, acting like a fool for the rest of your life. No one's going to reach out to you to try to be friendly to you or save you or help you because your actions shut them out. It's not us. It's you. That's all I have to say about it.
Yeah, Phil, Wings is happier doing what he's doing right now than doing an appointment with you once every 2 weeks. You aren't going to break him out of the situation he's in. You're not some messiah, Phil. You collabing with him is not going to make him so much money where he won't have to stream ever again. Come on. You are just so divorced from reality, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wings of Redemption will not be appearing on the Level 1 podcast. Under no circumstance.
Oh no, Wings made the enemy list. What's he gonna do?
The only way I would ever have him on the show again is if he actually publicly apologized for his actions, the disrespect, the unprofessionalism, the fact that he couldn't even give me the time of day, and the fact that he kept publicly saying in his content that he wanted to be on my show and then acted otherwise.
Everybody needs to grovel and kneel before the king and apologize profusely, or he will smite them.
If he publicly apologizes for that and says he will change his ways, and then actually acts differently, again, actions speak louder than words, then maybe I'll consider having him on the show again. But as of now, Wings of Redemption is banned from my podcast and will not be appearing ever again.
Like everybody else. He's like, oh, if you do all these things, jump through all these hoops, maybe I'll consider it. Yeah. And you wonder why we think you're all a jerk, Phil. You acting all high and mighty. Come on.
Okay. So, that's that. I got it out of the way. I've said my piece. We can now move on with the show to positive content because I'm tired of this nonsense. Okay?
Yep, just ignoring DSP will make him feel so humiliated that he will crash out on stream and he will get drunk, go into your chat, and try to get you to talk to him in the wee hours of the morning.
Vasil then did a $31.13 super chat and says, Wings never change. No, I'm starting to see that. Because honestly, when I have tried to have interactions with Wings over the years, I always get hit with the same response. Why are you bothering? Don't you know how Wings is? Don't you understand that he's a self-destructive guy? That every single person in his life who has actually tried to help him gets pushed away, gets mistreated. It's him. Yes, there are things bad that happen to him, but his behavior is his own, and his behavior never changes. How can someone who says they want to actively be healthy and lose weight sit there on a stream and eat fast food all day, every day? How could someone who says that they want to be friendly and have friends and everything then mistreat people constantly?
Phil, it's called mental illness. Addiction, depression, social isolation, all those things are very hard to break out of. An analogy you may be familiar with is an addiction to mobile games. How many days can you go without spending any money on WWE champions?
Is it opposite day? Do you think that doing the opposite of what you think is right is going to improve your life? Of course not. So, what can you do to this guy?
You know Phil loves talking about Wings because he feels superior to him and he can talk about somebody else's problems instead of reflecting on his own because he claims he has no problems even though we all know that's not the truth.
And now, I hate to say it, when you talk about this situation and you hear about guys like his former friend Woody's Gamertag, who, had him on painkiller already and helped this guy out over the years, supposedly. And you're like, well, they're not friends anymore. Probably a good reason why. Probably this guy had enough. Now, that guy's dealt with Wings of Redemption for how many years as a friend and then finally said enough and cut him off, right? I dealt with Wings of Redemption for 2 months and I've had enough. I'm sorry, I'm a 43-year-old adult. I'm very busy. As you can see, I'm very busy. I've got things going on in my life, with my business, with my personal life. I'm a busy dude. I don't have time to babysit another content creator who can't act like a mature adult and instead wants to play a game. All right? So I'm already done. I'm tapping out 2 months in. I can imagine what guys like Woody have been through over the years dealing with this guy. Okay?
Yeah, he's so busy that he's up early in the morning trying to get Wings' attention.
Mr. Chicago did a $5 tip asking ridiculously personal stuff that has nothing to do with anything that should ever be discussed on a stream. Thanks for $5. Continuing on. So someone here named Redface. I have no idea if this is actually a Wings of Redemption moderator or not. He says, I timed you out for spamming. There was no spamming that took place.
In Wings chat, that is considered spamming, Phil, whether you agree or not. If somebody was trying to get your attention like how you were trying to get Wings' attention, you would time them out or ban them. Oh, and that guy is the Wings mod that timed DSP out.
You sent numerous messages saying the same thing after we told you to stop. That didn't happen. It was me trying to have a conversation with Wings, and it was not spamming whatsoever.
Wings told you to message him privately. You just kept on pressing the issue, Phil. You could have talked about any other thing, like what you ate for breakfast that day, and you would have been fine.
And to call me dumb after I apologize low. When did you apologize? When did you apologize? What are you even talking about? There was no apology. I was timed out. I wasn't even able to talk. I came back with another account, and no one talked to me except, what was his name? Mario, I think his name was. And he was very nice. He was like, I would never time you out. I'm sorry that happened. I would let you talk to Wings. You were nowhere to be found. You ran for the hills. So nice try. You're the one who did the bad act.
Yeah, so this guy put a super thanks on one of Phil's video. I can't find it now because he probably got banned. So that's an oops on me. But he gave him a $5 super thanks apologizing.
You're the one who now made Wings look bad, and now he takes the flack for you and your horrible action. I want you to think about that.
No, Wings doesn't care. He had enough of you, Phil. What, do you think Wings care if he looks bad in front of your stupid chat? No. They're too busy watching you 24/7. They don't have time to give Wings money.
You're a moderator. You're supposed to be responsible for behavior, and I get it. I get moderators that get overzealous too, and I have words with them too. You're not doing Wings any favors acting like that. All you're doing is you're coddling the guy, and you're allowing him to self-enable himself to fail.
Oh, come on. You encourage banning all the time, Phil. You are so annoyed when it happens to you. Maybe you should think about it before you ban everybody in your chat.
Don't you think that instead of having this right now that we're talking about on my stream, it would have been better to just either have a yes or no answer about the appearance, to have him either come on or just say, no, I'm not interested, instead of this? But you didn't want that. Instead, you time me out because you're a moron. That's it.
Well, big ups to Redface for timing Phil out for 24 hours, putting the entitled spoiled brat in his place, because he is crashing out over it. He has never had to deal with a timeout in his life. No discipline whatsoever.
Nothing else to say. Okay. Mozzie did a $2 super chat, says, you're on fire today. I'm not on fire. I'm just being matter of fact about stuff. Okay? So, it is what it is. Like I said, I'm not one for drama. I'm tired of this. I thought that it was a nice thing that Wings was on my show. Everyone agreed that having him on the show was a good thing. I want him back, but not anymore. There's just no point anymore. You know? I'm just done with it. There's no point in wasting my time. I have way more important things to do with my time than try to treat a grown man like a child and coddle him. And, oh, maybe he'll respond. Maybe he'll grace me with an answer. I don't care. I got so much on my plate right now. So many things I'm juggling. Let's move on to another topic. Okay? Cool.
Yeah, the Wings Chronicle is over for now, which is really awesome for me because I will not cover that again because another DSP Wings interview, my audience was bored by it, so what am I gonna do? Especially if I'm bored by it too. Alright everybody, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and let me know your thoughts in the comments section about this crash out down below. This is Robust turning off the station. See you all next time.
Ready? Are you ready for this? I wish I had music to play here. I don't. I'm sure the guys at Kino Casino will superimpose some music over this. You ready? Here we go.